My girlfriend eats an incredible amount of food, but is still super skinny. How is this possible? I am pretty skinny myself and don't eat that much, so I am not a good reference. But my girlfriend really eats a lot of food. I have to say pretty healthy. Like a lot of vegetables and fruit. But also a lot of meat. Just today she ordered 3 meals from a Chinese place. And yesterday as well, and on top of that she eats breakfast and snacks as well. She weighs less than 50 kilograms. And I am just confused, honestly. Eating incredible amounts of food doesn't necessarily mean an incredible amount of calories. Some people eat a lot in single meals but still don't go over the daily caloric limits. I've always been fit despite not watching my diet very closely. I'll eat as much as I want but reach a point where I'm just done for the day. It always feels like I eat a lot, too. But when I start counting calories, it's almost always under the limit. Count calories. You're probably highly overestimating what she actually eats. Simple as that. Assuming she's nor bulimic or anything metabolism. Edit or a tapeworm or something. I dunno. When I was super skinny, I used to have a binge meal every other day instead of eating a healthy breakfast, lunch and dinner every day. And on my off days I wouldn't eat. And I did a lot of walking, which burned a lot of calories. You can eat big meals and skip others and still be under the limit for your weekly diet. I've lived with people or been around them my whole life like this. The only answer can be their calories out are more than other people. I feel like everyone focuses on calories in so much, but calories out is the big unknown. Sure, your girlfriend defies thermodynamics. Strictly speaking, from a weight point of view, all that matters the amount of calories you eat and burn. Your girlfriend is probably eating significantly below her maintenance calories on some days of the week, which compensate for the days she eats above her maintenance. Additionally, she's probably eating high-volume, low-calorie foods, which makes it seem like she's eating a lot, when in reality, her calorie consumption is not all that high. Either she is eating most her calories in a single meal and not consuming more than she needs, or she has a hyperactive thyroid and can't gain weight. Fast metabolism thing is kinda not true. She probably just eats a lot when you see her and doesn't eat much else. I'm the same way. Very lean and strong body, and everyone say I eat a lot. But I also don't snack, don't eat breakfast a lot of times. And accidentally fast a lot. Could be worms a lot more common than people think. I used to be like this up until I turned about 19. Where suddenly it caught up to me and now I'm at a steady and average weight. Some people just have a fast metabolism. Sometimes it will change, but I know some older women who still have this. Tell her to get her thyroid checked. Ignore people saying metabolism. It's a thing, but not really as big of a factor as most people think. It's mostly a myth. Calories in, calories out. Is she athletic and active? She may be burning a lot of calories. Vegetables, fruits, and lean meats do not have a ton of calories. Sugars, carbohydrates, and fats have the most calories. You can eat literal tons of vegetables and not gain any weight. It's probably a combination of eating sensibly and staying active. 1. It's feeling healthy, relatively low cal to volume ratio most days. 2. She has bulimia. 3. She has a tapeworm. 4. She's an alien. 5. God made her special. Get TSH, T3 and T4 checked. Could she have an eating disorder that you are not aware of or that went undiagnosed? Bulimia. If I was granted one wish, it would to have a super metabolism. LMAO. I have IBS. Apparently that's a big factor for staying skinny. Fun little tidbit: epigenetic changes can predispose people to a higher or lower tendency to lose weight. Epigenetics is a change in genetic expression without a base pair change. This epigenetic change in this case is shown to be influenced by a mother's diet. It has evolutionary roots. TLDR: thanks mom for predisposing the fatness. Is she really active? She could also just have a naturally high metabolism and genuinely get hungry often because of it. I've known really thin people who have huge appetites because they're hungry all the time from their really high metabolism. Also, if she's eating healthy food, it's not as much as it looks like. Hi, I am the guy version of your girlfriend. They always told me you'll get fat when you're 25. It was you'll get fat at 30, then it was you'll get fat at 35. Turned 34 this year and still a little bit more than skinny. Assuming she's not bulimic. I'm jealous. I so much as look at a loaf of bread and I gain 5 pounds. It's bullshit. It could be something like hyperthyroidism or an eating disorder, or there are the rare people who have a fast metabolism. Do you actually see her eating the food? I always tend to think people eat less than they think or claim. But it sounds like she is eating all this. It is also a classic eating disorder symptom to make a big show of eating to ward off concerns and questions. It's just not sustained when people aren't looking at the disordered person. Also, infections or reconverting from injury can speed metabolism, but it would have to be chronic. Not all calories consumed are calories absorbed. Her genetics, microbiome, general health, and overall diet have a huge impact on what happens to the food after she eats it. She got worms. Tapeworm. Tell her to take the antidote before the worm reaches 24 feet or it will kill her. It's probably an unbalanced diet. If you count the calories, then it won't seem as much. I was the same. Struggled to put weight on, and in my late 20s I started hitting the gym. It was hard to build muscle, but slowly did, but was classed as a ectomorph or hard gainer. I hit 35 and my stomach more than made up for all those years of bacon and cakes, and decided this was the best place for any fats. Nowhere else. No BC, I genuinely eat like that, but it's 'cause I limit my portion size. It's not natural. Also, meat fills you up faster. Without actually counting the calorie intake and burn rate. That's pretty much impossible to properly answer. Serious question. How old is she? Lots of reasons. Some people are just like that. Some people actually don't eat that much and use all their daily calories on one tasty meal. Some people don't eat very calorically dense foods. Some people live really active lives and burn a ton. It could also be a thyroid thing. I know that no matter how little I eat, I'm always a bit chubby because my hormones are crazy. I'd be really meticulously tracking and eating 1200 cals day and still sit at about 140 lol. Which should solidly not be possible as an average height person. But I'm just like that. High metabolism people can eat a whole pizza and have it go through them. It's insane, really. I'll be 50F next week and I've been about the same size since I was 15. The most I've weighed is 118, and that was when I was pregnant with my son. I'm about 105 now. I'm active and eat pretty healthy. But I chalk a lot of it up to genetics. Fast metabolism.